Hey there, folks. Well, if you're like me, one, sorry, but two, you've noticed that there's a strange phenomenon going on with the billionaires of the world, and that they seem, for lack of a better word, kind of stupid. They stumble when they talk, they believe bizarre things, they don't seem to be able to string sentences together even properly, and yet these are the most powerful people in the world. Money is power, after all, and they have most of it. And you might be wondering, how does this happen? How is it that when we listen to someone like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg talk, they seem like they're not really on this planet? And the answer is simple, and it explains a lot in this world. Wealth infantilizes people. Wealth creates an environment in which they are constantly surrounded by people who work for them. People not only who work for them, but whose entire professional existence is dedicated to keeping them happy. And that's living life exactly like an infant. A spoiled one. If they want something, they cry for it. If they're not happy, they throw a tantrum. They have the same emotional range as an infant. They can smile, or they can frown and get angry, or they can whine. Have you noticed how much these people whine about shit? That's why these people, they seem like they're not that bright. Elon Musk, I think, was at one point a fairly, together guy. At least he had his shit together somewhat. Same with Zuckerberg and Bezos. These are people who were, at one point, bright and nerdy. And yet, being billionaires has made them stupid. The thing is, when you're a billionaire, there's no one around who will challenge you when you say dumb shit. There's no one there who you will let criticize you. That means that there's no one there to keep you honest or, quite frankly, sane. If no matter what you say, everyone around you will just go, yep, then there is nothing keeping you together mentally. It's a hard thing to recognize in our individualist societies that part of what keeps us together is a very unconscious, low-key fear of other people saying, "What the fuck are you talking about?" or "That's stupid." That's why the American right wing, and right wing all over the world basically, has become such an intellectually degenerate mind space, because they don't challenge each other. On a subconscious level, they know they're all full of crap, and that they're choosing to ignore objective reality and instead live in the fantasy kiddie version of reality that is small enough for them to understand. And so they know that if they challenge anyone else on their bullshit, that person will challenge them back, and their whole world will just crumble. It's that fragile. It's that contrafactual. And it doesn't matter whether these infants are dressed in Armani and go around in a helicopter, or have gold-plated mansions or some atrocious bullshit like that. it doesn't change the fact that they have the emotional range of infants. Even if they have fancy educations, it doesn't matter. And think about it. These are the people with the most power in the world. These are the people who have warped and twisted global politics to feed their unlimited greed for money, which I cannot emphasize this enough. More money makes absolutely no difference to their lives. It cannot. There is an upper limit to how much money you can spend to make your lifestyle better. And they reached that ages ago. So when they mindlessly grasp for more money and pervert world politics to get it, all they're doing is making a number on a screen bigger. That's it. All that happened is that they looked at the number that represents their net worth, and it was bigger, and that made them happy. And they'll destroy the world for that. Why? Because they're heedless, mindless infants who do not think things through at all anymore. That's why it's so important that you have a government that's strong enough to resist these people. Because they won't stop themselves. They're fully degenerate and therefore incapable of self-control, of rational restraint. That's what happens when you end up with the mind of an infant, or at the very least the soul of one. So yeah, explains a lot, doesn't it? These people have a kind of mental degeneracy caused by their overindulged environment, and they're the most powerful people on Earth, and they've perverted the entire world's politics to just mindlessly feed them more money. Kind of explains the state of the world today, doesn't it? And of course, the king of powerful infants is Donald Trump. I guess that's all from me for today, folks. I will talk to you nice people again tomorrow. Bye-bye.